Okay, when they ask you area questions for circles, they always ask you the same types of questions. And it's talking about things that would have a center and then get broadcast out. And it could be a radio station, it could be a sprinkler, it could be, you're standing and you're spreading out grass seed, something like that. But it's a center, and then everything is getting coming from the center out. And then what happens is it creates a coverage that would mirror a circle. So anytime that gives you a problem like that, you're going to be finding the area of the circle. And from the center to, like in a sprinkler, for example, however far the water was shooting out from the sprinkler, that would be the radius. Or maybe however far it was from the tower to the edge of the coverage, that would be the radius for the radio station. Things like that. So think about it like that it has to have a center, like a circle would, and that everywhere from that center would have equal chance of being reached. Okay, so we're going to do, this is one of the worksheets that I want you to do. I'm not going to do any 1 through 8 with you. Those are just basic area problems. You're going to do all those by yourself. But the word problems, I will do a couple of them with you. So let's just do, let's do 11. And it doesn't really matter. Let's do 13. Okay, 11 and 13. But they all have very similar properties, okay? You're going to be finding an area. This entire page is finding area of circles. And so let's read number 11. It says, a fugitive has escaped in a train wreck. The police believe he could not have traveled more than 7 miles in any direction from the wreck. How many square miles must be searched? So let's just pretend like we have a train wreck here. And so we got 7 miles here and 7 miles here, and we can go all the way around. But what you should start noticing is that what's going to happen is we're just going to have a big circle. And it's going to be 7-mile radius, which would be 14-mile diameter. But we don't need diameter for area. We need the radius. So we really already have what we need. So the radius would be 7. And to find the square footage, like that's what they asked for the square miles, of course, obviously, because we're talking about miles. So the square miles that must be searched, whenever they ask for square miles, both of these things are the same. Square miles written out like that, or miles squared, both exactly the same thing. They're asking for area. And the area of a circle is radius times pi. And this is going to be square miles. And the radius here happens to be 7. And let's see if they told us to use 3.14. And they did. So we're going to use 3.14 instead of pi. So we're going to use 3.14. And then we're still going to have square miles as our unit. So whatever 49 times 3.14 is, that's how many square miles are actually going to have to be searched. And if you put that in your calculator, you would get 153.86 square miles. So let's see if they rounded it. And they did. And they had 153.9. So let's look at the instructions. We should always read the instructions first. So it says that most answers are rounded. It doesn't tell us what to round to. So we're just going to do the problem and then look for the closest answer. So it's definitely 153.9. And that was for number 11. So number 11 will be H. All right, let's do number 13. And it says a 12-inch diameter pizza is cut into 8 equal pieces. What's the area of each piece? So I got my pizza here, and it says a 12-inch diameter. So diameter is all the way across. But if we're trying to find area, it says what was the area of each piece. We don't really care about diameter. We care about radius. So the radius would be 6 inches. So we need 6 inches. Then let's find the area of the whole pizza first, and then we'll worry about the area of each piece. Okay, so it's 6 times 6, and this is inches. I'm not even sure where that's supposed to go. So this would be 36 times 3.14, and that would be 113.04 square inches. So the whole pizza, so let me get this out of the way here. So the whole pizza is 113.04 square inches. But they don't want to know what the entire pizza is. They want to know what one slice is, the area of one slice. And they cut the pizza into 8 slices. Okay, so what we're really trying to find, let's just pick this slice. And we're trying to find the area of this slice. Well, that's only 1 out of 8. So what I have to do is I have to take this answer and divide it by 8. And that'll give me the area of that one slice of pizza. So in my calculator, I'm going to take 113.04 and divide it by 8. And I get 14.13 square inches. So let's look and see what it is. And they have it as 14.1 square inches, which is fine. So that would be 13. So we're going to put it in here. I don't know what other ones I would do with you. Let's just do one more. Let's do 16. Let's do 16, and then the rest of them you can try by yourself. Alright, number 16, they want you to tell them the area of the shaded region. Okay, that's what it asks you for. So it's talking about like this amount over here, not the circles, but everything but the circles, on the outside of the circles. So what we're really going to do is we're going to find the area of the rectangle, and then we're going to find the area of each of the circles, and then subtract them. Okay, so we're going to find the area of the rectangle and subtract the area of the 2 circles. And that will give me the area of the shaded region. Okay, shaded region. So the only problem is that they don't give me much information. Like, to find the area of the circle, I need to know the radius of at least one of them, right? And to find the area of the rectangle, I need to know the base and the height. So we got to look at the diagram here. The good news for us is that the circle goes all the way from one side to the other. And it goes all the way from here to here and again up here. So think about it like this. This is 8 inches, right? So is this 8 inches. So is this 8 inches, and then we have another 8 inches. So this is actually 16 inches. So they did give us the height of the rectangle. It's 8 inches by 16 inches. And so we're going to find the area of that rectangle. Okay, so the area of the rectangle is 8 by 16, and that's 128 square inches. Now what we need to do is find the area of the circles. Well, if you remember in my drawing, I'm going to erase the 16. If you remember in my drawing, I said across from here to here is 8 inches. Well, if the diameter is 8, then the radius would be half of that, which would be 4. So we do know what we need to know. We know that the radius of one of the circles is 4 inches, but we also know the other circle is also 4 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that the area of the circles are 4 times 4 times pi, and again we're going to use 3.14. But don't forget that there were 2 circles, so we actually are going to have a second 50.24 square inches. So we're going to start here, and then we're going to subtract one of the circles, and then we're going to subtract the other circle. And then whatever that is, that's the area of the shaded region outside of the circles, but inside of the rectangle. And I got 27.52 square inches. So let's see. Oh, looks like they have it 27.5 square inches. So hopefully that makes sense. I do want you to finish that page. This is a really important concept, so you do have a lot of practice. And it takes a lot of practice to really get good at these. Make sure, as always, you ask me questions if you have them. And when you're done your packet, bring it up, let me look at it, let me grade it, and then you can take your test.